Well, turns out my prediction yesterday was a little bit off, so I'm like 65-1. Still more right than Jim Cramer, at least. But I'm not above being wrong, and if I am, look, I'll come on here and say it. I said yesterday that this Trump-Musk tiff was part of a plan to tank the bill, and I had based that on the fact that Trump had not fired back at Elon and off the fact that somebody in the White House told me that everything was fine. It's clearly not today. And look, I'll be honest, this like really hurts my soul, okay? I'm not even going to take a side here. These two were doing awesome things together. And it popped off a few hours ago when Trump was asked in the Oval Office very casually about Elon's opposition to the bill.
I'm very disappointed because Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here, better than you people. He knew everything about it. He had no problem with it. All of a sudden he had a problem.
And Elon responded with a tweet saying, quote, "False, this bill was never shown to me even once and was passed in the dead of night so fast that almost no one in Congress could even read it." Okay, like first off, there's probably a gray area in here. Like Elon probably knew a lot about this bill. Was he thrilled with it? We all knew he wasn't. But like, I'm not totally sure where the actual realism is. But I'm inclined to believe that there's a bunch of people in the middle that have muddied these waters. And it's not necessarily between Trump and Elon, because there's no way these two would just randomly blow up like this. So what happened? Did Mike Johnson tell Trump that Elon was fine with this? I mean, Elon is the guy who's been posting bills so people can read them. And as we showed you yesterday, Marjorie Taylor Greene, a usually very thorough member of Congress, she didn't read the bill, because the normal 72-hour hold on any bill before voting for something so you could, read it, it was suspended to expedite the voting of this bill. And this has been my concern, that this bill wasn't great from the beginning. And I tried to say that, and instead I had members of Congress and people from the White House telling me that I should be for it. But the more I find out, the more I feel like I was on the right side of this bill problem. And Elon started dropping receipts. This is what happens when you have a guy who owns the very platform that people communicate on. He has them at his access. And again, this hurts my soul to have this kind of rift. But I don't think Elon's that wrong in his feelings about this bill. Pulling up old tweets from Johnson, who said in 2018, quote, "At some point, Congress has to stop this endless cycle of out-of-control deficit spending." Yeah. Also, he pulled one up from Senate Majority Leader John Thune, quoting him in a 2011 CNN op-ed where he said, quote, "Balanced budget or bust," at Leader John Thune. Elon even reached into the archives on Trump, who said in 2013, "I cannot believe the Republicans are extending the debt ceiling. I am a Republican and I am embarrassed." Okay. I mean, this is kind of what I've been saying for years. We voted for these things like fiscal conservatism. We were promised spending cuts, and that's what Elon's frustration is here. I think he kind of blew up a little bit irrationally on Trump today. But the guy gave up. I get it, Elon, okay? Like, you've done awesome things. You gave up time at your company. You camped out on the floor of the EEOB across from the White House. You ate cold pizza and McDonald's. You worked 20 hours a day, and you got death threats, and people burned down your stores to help. And you did it to help us fix the government for free. For free. I get it. You have every right to be annoyed at this bill. But don't take it out on the man. Yeah, fix the government in the way that all the people who ran for office promised they would do. And that's what you did. You came in there and tried to do that. But they just didn't do it. So I get why you're upset. And the first chance, look, man, I'm with you on this. The first chance that those people who ran on fiscal conservatism got, the first bill that they put forward on this, they raised the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. Guys, this breaking point was bound to happen. I have been saying it for literally years. You can't run for office. You can't have 535 people run for office. And I think most of the frustration on Elon is coming directed at Congress, to be honest. This breaking point had to happen at some point. You can't promise to be a very ideologically driven base, that you're fiscally conservative. Look, I'm part of that base. What did you think was going to happen, Mike? We were promised fiscal sanity. Many of you even promised a balanced budget, like John Thune. And he came with the receipts. Elon came with the receipts where Mike Johnson was concerned about the debt only 2 years ago. I get why Elon's so angry. He gave up everything to do this Doge thing. His stock tanked at his company. He lost contracts with other countries. And the Democrat Party, which he was once loved by, completely turned on him. The guy gave up literally everything to help fix the government, and he feel like he got backhanded. Still, I don't like what he did to Trump. Again, not taking a side here. Still love Trump, and I really like Elon. This is just a really crappy scenario right now, and I really hope these two can patch these things up, because I think Elon took a low blow by tweeting that, quote, DJT was on the Epstein client list. I mean, something that he knows can't be immediately verified. Also, if Trump was on that island doing something illegal, after all the legal battles that Biden threw at him, if he had done something illegal with Jeffrey Epstein, you would think they would have thrown that at him, no? They pulled out the stops on everything else. The only thing we can point to that was a known association with Epstein was that he was at his club once. And by the way, Trump kicked him out of that club because of reported bad behavior. And also, Elon, if you knew he was on the Epstein client list, why did you let him board Marine One with your son? Just asking. But the best thing for Trump to do now is to release the list, something that also our FBI and Pam Bondi have promised us. But also, Elon, again, appreciate your help, dude. But some people in the House are telling me that this is originating from potentially the EV tax credits as well, which I don't know if that's true, because you were in favor of deleting them a few years ago.
Do we need support for gas stations? We don't. So there's no need for this for support for a charging network. I would delete it. Delete.
Look, I don't know what to believe here. My hope is that this is just a spat, unfortunately very public spat, between two bros, and it's going to be patched up tomorrow. Look, Trump threatened his space contract. Elon tweeted out a low blow. And tomorrow I'm hoping it'll be fine. I mean, that's like in a perfect world for me. But I honestly don't know what to believe anymore. Trump has genuinely kept most of his promises. I haven't seen any evidence of Elon ever being dishonest either. But I do know that Congress basically lies to us every 2 years to get elected. So I think Congress may be the secret problem here. Promising Trump everything he wanted, Mike Johnson did that, then making a bloated bill that led to Elon being annoyed, that led to Trump making a benign comment from the Oval Office today, that led to a tweet about the Epstein client list. Like, either way, man, this kind of stuff, this is what Democrats do. We as Republicans don't do this. We shouldn't be doing this. And if I could sit down with Trump and Elon right now at a table, I'd be like, look, you guys, you could literally conquer the world together. Probably other worlds, too. I mean, Mars is on the deck. Can we just hug it out for the sake of the country? Honestly, I think I speak for most of America right now. And at least the people who voted for Trump, probably. Because nobody's happy about this. And I don't care if some liberal network quotes me on that. I just want to make America great again.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.